What's up? This your boy Cupfullofrozay, and you now tuned in to the YOFFS. Let's go.
Run it up, hey. Hey, run it up, run it up, run it up. Rosa, Valley, yo. Run it up, run it up, run it up, hey, run it up. Stack this money, go out on dates with my funds. No, it ain't payday, but I'm on vacay. Niggas mad talking down cause they can't relate. Hey, run it up, nigga. Hey, just run it up. Just run it up. Hey, run it up, nigga. Just run it up. Just run it up. Just run it up, nigga. Hey, run it up. Hey, run it up. Just run it up, nigga. Hey, run it up. Okay, let's go. All I chase is money. Gotta go and get the cheddar. Swiss cheese, mozzarella, always headed to the teller. Never tell her what's in my pocket, cause we not on that level. Yeah, we can kick it some, but girl, it ain't gon' get no better. Just polish on this.
That was fun.
Like it's soccer, but I'm not Neymar. Yeah, I'm good with these words. Okay. Damn, I tried to tell her, mind on 100 mil, but a lot in this cerebellum.
Yes. It's your boy, Cupfullofrozay, host of the YOFFS. Yeah, episode 2. So, at the games of the play-in tournament happened last night. Well, both of the 7th and 8th games. They played last night for the 7th seed. And both games went exactly how I thought they would go. Both of the teams I picked won. But, yeah, like it goes to show you that I knew that Brooklyn was going to beat the Cavaliers. Now, if Cavaliers had Jared Allen, I think it would have been I probably would have still picked the Nets, but it could have went either way then. But even without Jared Allen, Cavaliers still play hard. It was still a close game. And, yeah, the Timberwolves, I knew they would beat the Clippers. I didn't think the Clippers would lead, like, most of the game like that, but yeah, they end up pulling it out. Clippers end up choking because the Clippers honestly were supposed to win that game last night. But let's go talk about this Brooklyn and Cavaliers game, and then we'll hop into the Brooklyn and Celtics matchup or whatever. So Brooklyn pulled out the game yesterday. Yeah, Cavaliers, they played them hard. They was getting blown out, like first, second, and some of the third. But they ended up coming back, making it a tight game. And I think Jared Allen was really missed because the Nets don't have too much of a physical big presence on the inside, besides Andre Drummond. And yeah, usually the Nets. They play one-dimensional. What I mean by that is on offense, because they really don't play defense. But yeah, they play one-dimensional. Usually they come down the court, pass to KD or Kyrie, and that's their offense. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's not a way to win in the playoffs, and that's not a way to win against better opponents like Boston Celtics. Yeah, they played the Cavaliers last night. Cavaliers has been a good team for most of the year, but they're not one of those high caliber teams, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, they really don't need too much discipline to beat the Cavaliers, you know what I'm saying? And then also Kyrie Irving hit his first 9 shots, so that most likely is gonna help you, you know, along the way to get a W. Darius Garland, he did his thing though. I expected that. And then I forgot that the Cavaliers even had Karis LeVert. So it was like him coming back to Brooklyn, and he played decent, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, they needed Jared Allen. They needed him. Evan Mobley played well, and also Kevin Love did all right. But back to the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, if they're gonna beat the Boston Celtics, matter of fact, let me stop right here. Let me show y'all a clip of what Stephen A said. Check this out.
Kevin Durant is the best basketball player on the planet Earth. He's the best in the world, in my mind.
Crazy. Yeah. I do think Kevin Durant is a great player. Don't get me wrong. Do I think he's the best in the world right now? I can't honestly really just definitively say that, because look at that. They had a 7 seed. Yeah, they were doing good, you know, before he got hurt. But then when he came back, it wasn't really just too much better. You know what I'm saying? But of course, people gonna say, oh, yeah, he hurt. He don't got too much people around him. Kyrie Irving just came back and all this other stuff. And James Harden, yeah, whatever. I'm not trying to hear that, to be honest with you. Kevin Durant is one of the best players on the planet, but to say he's the best player, I can't just say that, like I said. And then Kyrie Irving, he's also a superstar as well, but Kyrie's hit or miss. I'm not gonna even lie. When he's hitting, yeah, when he's hitting, he's unstoppable. He got the whole dribble package and all that. But yeah, they just beat the Cavaliers, Stephen A. So let's slow down on it. Boston is gonna be a whole different story. So Stephen A. Oh my goodness, he also got the Nets favorite to win against the Celtics, because he said, just listen.
I got the Nets favorite to win this series. I got the Nets favorite to win this series because of the absence of Robert Williams.
I don't understand that. He's saying because they don't have Robert Williams. And yes, Robert Williams was a great defensive presence for the Boston Celtics. But listen, Boston is not just a one-man defensive team. They play defense as a collective unit, which is what I'm not understanding, why he's just saying that Brooklyn is favored, and Brooklyn really don't have a defensive presence. Now, if you go back and look at the game from last night, matter of fact, you don't have to look back. I got some clips myself. These two plays right here is what will help Brooklyn beat Boston if you have KD doing stuff like this.
2 spots in the East. Oh, Durant meets Markkanen high at the rim with the denial. Brown looking for Durant, gives it up. Drummond powers it down.
And then also when the superstars are getting their teammates involved, the last minute of the game wasn't closed out by Kevin Durant or Kyrie. The people who made the buckets were Nick Claxton and Bruce Brown. I have the clips. Here goes one of them.
Brown to Claxton.
Here goes the other one.
Their best free throw shooter. And he gives it up. And Brown on the receiver.
When the Nets play as a unit, when they use all the pieces around them, they're a better team. They are a way much better team. Instead of just passing to Kevin Durant, just passing to Kyrie, and just letting them score. And all of the rest of us play defense. You got to use your team. Now, what I will say is if Ben Simmons came back to play, I mean, I don't know how he would be like just throwing him back out there and he just instantly make a difference. But I would probably still have the Boston Celtics favorite just because of Ben Simmons just instantly coming back. You don't know how he's going to play. But, yeah, it would be closer then. But right now, I got Boston winning this series easily. I want to say 4-2, to be honest with you. I just feel like, yeah, they do need Robert Williams, but I feel like they need him to make the, the championship run. You know what I'm saying? Later on in the playoffs. But they're a good enough defensive team to, beat the Nets. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't understand it. Sometimes I watch ESPN and I just realize, wow, these guys are really getting paid for saying stuff like this. They're so blown up with the superstars, names and stuff like that. Because who else does Brooklyn have on their team? I mean, other than you got Seth Curry, but y'all don't really use them like this. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Like I said, I got Boston winning against the Nets 4-2. But we're going to go into all that, you know, when all the playoff matchups are said and all that on another day. But yeah, let's go to the other game, the Clippers and the Timberwolves. So this game didn't go how I expected it to go, but the outcome was still what I picked, which was the Timberwolves winning. Now, Karl Anthony Towns, he got in foul trouble kind of early, and he also put up a whopping, amazing, outstanding 11 points and 5 rebounds. Really. And that's their best player on the team. Anyways, you have the high rebounder of Patrick Beverly. He had 11 rebounds. He was the high rebounder of the whole game between both teams, which is really crazy to me. But I do want to say Patrick Beverly is the reason they won this game, especially on the defensive end. Now, Anthony Edwards, 30 points. D'Angelo Russell, 29. They both definitely did all the scoring to keep the Timberwolves on pace with the Clippers, because the Clippers were shooting lights out. I'm not going to even lie. Paul George had 34. Reggie Jackson had 17. And really nobody else did anything other than Norman Powell, who had 16 points. But nobody else really helped out doing anything. But and the Clippers were without Luke Kennard, which is a big piece to their team. I'm not gonna even cap about that. But yeah, when your star player has 11 points and 5 rebounds, and he's a big man, and he didn't do too much of anything, the Clippers should have came out with a dub. Patrick Beverly, what you got to say about this?
We won the NBA championship.
Yeah, no, y'all didn't, but good game. Some of the experts, you know, got the Timberwolves upsetting the Grizzlies, and I'm like, dude, what more do the Grizzlies have to prove to y'all that they're not a joke? So I don't know if they just like, because the Timberwolves, it's not like the Timberwolves been there before. I mean, both of them young teams, so now they just up and saying, I just don't understand it, but we're gonna see. But yeah, I honestly, I got the Grizzlies winning this series really easy. I'm not gonna lie, like the games are gonna be easy, but I do think the Grizzlies are gonna go win the series quickly. But we'll go back to this matchup, you know, once all the playoff seedings are all set and all that other stuff. I'm gonna get to all that. But yeah, everything went exactly the way I thought it would go. Clippers end up losing and Cavaliers end up losing. But I do still think those two teams will end up in the playoffs as the 8th seed on both the Western and the Eastern Conference. But yeah, honestly, that's all we're covering today on this episode. Hey, y'all clip it up, man. Welcome to the y'all. Welcome to the y'all. Hey, I just ask that y'all like, subscribe, comment. Let me know y'all thoughts about the play-in games and the playoff matchups that's already set. You know what I'm saying? Tonight, we got the Hornets going against the Hawks, LaMelo Ball versus Trae Young. And then we have the Pelicans and the Spurs, which is a game that I'm really not interested in, to be honest with you. But hey, play-in tournament, they making things happen. They're making the low seed. They're making the low seeds have a chance to get in the playoffs. So more basketball. Hey, good for everybody else. But anyway, like I said, this has been your host, Cupfullofrozay. I'm up out of here, y'all. Hey, Patrick Bev, you got anything else you want to say?
Timberwolves in 4.
All right, don't even worry about him. Hey, I feel like jumping up on the table right now too. But anyway, it's been your host. I'm up out of here, y'all. Peace.
And I got all my priorities. You should adore me, now award me, cause I'm the realest of the real. I don't care what you say, I don't care how you feel. I guess the way I got these niggas jumping gates, you can call me